Sometimes it is necessary, it is always necessary to let things go. It is necessary to let things go that we have no control over, but that are slowly destroying our life. We have to let things go sometimes because for the simple reason that it is too heavy. We have to let it go because those burdens on our shoulders are simply too heavy and weighing us down. Look at this from this perspective. You wake up one morning and someone gives you 1 grain of lentil and tell you hold on to that grain. It is fine. The lentil is very light, so you have it in your hands holding. It becomes very uncomfortable, but you learn to deal with it. The next morning, someone else gives you another grain of lentil. You put it in your hands and you hold it. Those 2 grains of lentil, as light as it may be, suddenly becomes very heavy in your hands, holding on to it. 4 and 5 days would have passed, and you have 4 and 5 more lentils in your hands. And very soon, you have about 25 grains of lentils. It is still very light, but you are holding on to 25 grains of lentil. And after a few days, those same light 25 grains of fine small little lentils becomes very heavy in your hands. Your hands would start to hurt. Your fingers will start to cramp. You will feel as though those 25 little grains of lentil is weighing 1,000 pounds. It becomes very burdensome. But still, in your mind, it is 25 small little grains of lentil, and you cannot understand why these 25 grains of lentil feel so heavy. In the same way in life, we would always try to accept other person's fault. We would always try to forgive people. We would always try and say, no, it is one little wrong, I can deal with it. But if it is that you are compromising your integrity, your own self, and 25 little small little things are now burdens on your shoulder, it is starting to weigh you down. It would impact on you. It is the same way the 25 small little grains of lentil suddenly becomes and feels like 1,000 pounds. It is the same way that 25 little faults of others that you are forcing yourself to accept will suddenly weigh you down and limit you as an individual, take away from your happiness. Those problems of other persons, those 25 little problems are going to feed on your happiness and slowly take away your smile, take away your happiness and change who you are. So you have to know when to walk away. You have to know when to put yourself first. And you have to know when to save your sanity and say, you know what? I had enough. I am strong enough to fight. And I am also strong enough to know when there's no point in fighting. Sometimes strength is important. We need the strength to fight, but we also need the strength to know when we had enough and when it is time to walk away, to put yourself first and to move on to be a better individual.